I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So, my first question, you put over half a decade into this series. What has
Mm.
been the most rewarding part of it, and what has been the biggest challenge for you besides COVID?
Well, yeah, I have two distinct answers to that. One is the joy of working with other artists to have a community, which I haven't had for my whole life. I mean, I've done this other art form, especially because I've done original movies that are spec movies. So it's really, I kind of write it alone for 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, and then I go sell it. And then we go make it. And then I'm alone with an editor essentially for another 9 months. It's a very solitary version of this field for my whole life. So this time there was a full community of writers and directors and crew members and actors that were coming in and out. And it was lovely. I got to have friends in this way to share the art form, the storytelling art form. And so that was the great positive. The challenge is the unrelenting nature of the art form. So as you're finishing one season, you have to write the next season, and it's just never stops. You never have a break, and everything is overlapped, and it's very hard. You have to deliver by these dates, everything. And so in those 4 years of the making of the show, or these 5 years, I had to deliver 20 hours of storytelling. And if I want to do it at the same level, that's 10 movies I delivered to you in 5 years. So very, very challenging, the amount of material.
Are you going to miss the Turner household?
Oh, definitely. I the last time I walked in there, which was probably a few weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and they took it down now. It doesn't exist. And I was, trying to hold myself together because I was like, God, it doesn't exist anymore. Like we took it apart, and so it's not a existential thing. It really doesn't exist, so it's gone. And so
Wow.
this feeling of loss is real, and feeling very grateful that I got to walk through that house every day for 5 years.
And this may be a dumb question because I haven't seen the full series. Is there ever a chance that you'd possibly revisit the servant world?
You never, as soon as I say no to you, then I'll come up with an idea. So I would never say that. I mean, that's how my mind works, is like give it an impossibility, and then I'm like, but I want you. We'll talk after you see the end of the season, end of the show.
I can't wait to do so. And how has it changed you as an artist? How is working on this series?
I have noticed in a real way that my relationship to storytelling is different on Servant than it is in my movies, in a really healthy way. That because the story is always continuing, I don't feel that extra tightness that happens with my own movies. I get to go, hey, I listen, let the idea come to you, unfold the story in a certain way. And so I had a much more, I think, a healthier relationship with the characters and the story. And I started thinking of storytelling in terms of sequences, longer sequences. I think in movies, I thought of them as scene, 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 scene. Whereas now, because it's a 30-minute format, I kept thinking as we were writing these and making them, how do you make it one movement? So if you see some of my episodes that I've directed, like 109 or even 204, those are like movements towards one feeling. And then now I'm kind of approaching that in my movies in that same way. When you hopefully, if you see Knock at the Cabin, it feels like one movement.
Great. I'm really enjoyed the journey so far, and I'm really looking forward to the final chapter. So thank you so much for all your work on it, and bravo. It's been great.
Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy it. I can't wait for you to see it.